Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome to episode 59 of the LegacyKnitz podcast. I get so confused myself.
I know who we are.
No idea.
No idea.
Of the LegacyKnitz podcast, my name is Chelsea.
My name is Sue.
I'm the daughter.
I'm the mother. Grandmother. Almost so close.
So close. So close. Only a few weeks away now. I'm coming to you from Burlington, Vermont.
Vernon, Connecticut.
And this is a podcast about knitting, stitching, rug hooking, yarn dyeing, all of the fiber goodness.
All of the fiber goodness. And can I say, it is a perfect winter day here. Minus, it should be snowing. That would make it perfect. But the sun is out. It's bright. It's amazing.
Oh, is it freezing too?
It's freezing. And I'm okay with that because I don't have to go out.
Oh, exactly. That's the thing is I almost like it better on like a cozy Sunday or Saturday in because it's like you have every excuse not to go out into the world and just hunker down.
Yeah, I know. And part of me wants to be out in the world. I don't know why. I think I'd like to be in the hustle bustle of a holiday in my head. But when I get out, I'm like, oh, I got to go home.
Yeah.
Honestly, all I want to do, and if you were here right now, is go to Target. I never go to Target. Why do I want to go to Target? I don't know.
It's because they market themselves so well.
They do. I want to go to Target.
Mm-hmm. I know. Well, remember we did that last time when I was home and we like walked around and had no idea what to buy, but we were there and we were happy.
We were there. We were there. And it's got everything because it even has a grocery store, which I never, ever have bought groceries, like real food at Target. But when I get to that section, I'm like, oh, it's a grocery store.
Because if you needed something, you could buy it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I already have the Pioneer Woman's braised short ribs, which are the best in the crock pot. I have enough as if you were all here. It's ridiculous how much food I cook on a Sunday. It's like a comfort thing. Like, well, I have enough.
It makes me wish that way because you never know. What if we were stopping in?
4 hours away.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, but probably not. But like, if I wasn't pregnant, you never know.
I know. I was thinking of that because we were just talking and I had such an urge to get in the car and come see you guys this weekend, which we could have if we wanted to. I didn't even have any plans, but I forgot where I was. Oh, but then I was like, all of a sudden it overwhelmed me that the option of you coming home isn't an option anymore.
It is a little bit weird.
It's weird. I feel like you're trapped there until you have the baby.
I totally am. And even after driving 4 hours with a newborn.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. It's more overwhelming to think about than to do, I think.
That's what I'm hoping.
I think it'll be fine.
I think it'll be fine too.
I'll come up and drive back with you.
Perfect.
We need that bullet train that can get us back and forth within. Is 2 hours reasonable? Because could they cut it in half?
Oh, I think so. The Tesla guy, he's got this.
Let's get on it quicker. Because honestly, I would get on it today and come up.
See? That's what I mean. Like, if we could have a high-powered train, the only thing that makes me nervous about it, this is a total tangent. I don't even know what we're talking about right now. But it does
you terribly.
The only thing that makes me nervous about new high-speed Tesla trains is that they're not tested. It's like the Titanic. Like, everyone thought it was this big unsinkable ship and it was going to do magical things, and then it sank. So these are my anxieties.
A lot of time to think about this.
Well, because I've wanted it for so long. If we could cut that commute in half.
Half would be manageable. Half would be like, I'm coming and I'm bringing you dinner, and then I'm going to drive home.
No. I know. There are people that are watching right now that have like family members across the country that are like, shut
up. And you know what? I have at least one good friend. This hasn't happened in a while.
I know.
12 o'clock only gets, or 11 o'clock, because it's still on the old time. Only gets 3 now. It's okay. Yes, I have a very good friend with 2 of her sons in California. I will shut up for her right now.
I know. First world problems, I think is what they...
First world problems, yeah. Anyways, oh my gosh, Christmas is a week away.
A week away. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this time next week will be Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Holy moly. Holy moly. It is a very different Christmas this year. And it's really working for me. It's very besides the fact that we won't see you guys, but I've talked about it. We've had 31 years of Christmas mornings together. Again, enough.
Yeah. First world problems.
Exactly. And of course, with the magic of FaceTime and all of that, it's fine. And then I keep dreaming, which I don't like to dream or make time go too fast because anything can happen in a year. But next year there will be a baby.
I know.
Not even a baby, a toddling around 1-year-old. That makes me so excited.
She'll be able to open up all of her own presents.
Just empty boxes and she'll be thrilled.
Exactly.
Wrap up pots and pans and she'll be like, whoa.
Just like some Tupperwares, maybe a spoon or two.
That will never change, ever change. So yeah, and we've stopped gift giving. Honestly, I don't think any of my friends and I are exchanging gifts. It's, you know what? Why were we adding that stress on for a gift? They were always lovely gifts, but I was telling somebody what I like to do now is during the year is I have three groups and when I say groups, 2 people of friends that we do lunch or dinner. And if I have a book that I love and I think they would all love it, I'll buy them the book during the year. And then I have another friend who will show up with a little something. It is so nice not to have that pressure. So bottom line, so few gifts bought. It's really been quite nice.
I love that. And I love that way of thinking. And I will say when I got into minimalism, which I still am very much into minimalism, that was one of those things that gift giving is a really big component to or a really big hurdle to someone who is a minimalist.
Yes.
Really tough because you view gift giving very differently when you have a certain mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And that was certainly one of the biggest points that I took away from the podcast, the books. And I'll put all the information of who I follow down below. But that was the point where it was if you love somebody and you see something that you think that would bring value to their life in the store, why do they only get to enjoy it when you decide to give it to them? Why not enhance their life at that moment? And then on that day where you're required to give a gift, really focus on the friendship and focus on the relationship instead of this obligation.
I totally agree. Isabella's wandering around looking for a spot of sunshine. I totally agree. And it's really, I did do some gift knitting. I actually did way more than I thought I did, but I picked things that went real, like the Quadri hat. Oh my God, 9.
And did you enjoy every stitch of them?
Every stitch of them. Mm-hmm. I loved every one I made. Hold on, Miss Isabel would like to leave the room.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, did you notice when I got up?
Oh my God, there's no squeak. You got a new chair.
Hey, I didn't just get a new chair. Let's talk about my new chair.
Is there a remote control for your chair? Stop it. What does that even... Is it a massage?
Power, heat, and then massage. I would turn it on, but it's a little loud.
Did Dad get that for you?
My Christmas present. Again, we're done giving gifts.
Well, I was just going to say, this is a perfect example of the conversation we were just having. That is something he knew would bring value to your life, and he got it and gave it to you.
Yeah, we are not officially... He wanted a new turntable.
Ooh.
Receiver.
Love it.
And this was the first Christmas, thanks to all of our lovely people who support our business, that I actually bought him a gift and didn't use his money, which is our money.
I was gonna say
It's totally our money, and it always has been. But it did feel amazing to get him just what he wanted, and then it came like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, okay, go set it up. Like, why are we waiting? Part of me likes the anticipation of waiting, but in this case, it made no sense.
Mm-hmm.
And we knew Christmas morning was going to be different. Mm-hmm. Poor Jacob. I'm not sure how to, like, because obviously he has gifts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But Christmas morning, and actually Dad and I always did Christmas Eve. We are talking way too much about everything but knitting. Anyway, I got a new chair. I love it. I also got one for the car. It's a pad that you put, because when we go on long trips, I kind of like just left you hanging. I was trying to picture what you were picturing in your head, and I was like cracking up.
Picturing this like rolly chair in the trunk where you're just like...
No, it's a like a pad, because I have a lot of trouble going on long ride. Even 2 hours is my maximum usually in a car before I get really achy. Mm-hmm. So you know what? I have one for when we come to Vermont. It will massage me. It's heated, which we have heated seats, so that's not a huge perk. Mm-hmm. But it kind of is, because if I had that on, I wouldn't feel the heat of the seat.
Right.
Anyways, those are my 2 gifts.
Oh my God, that is so exciting.
Fun. This chair is pretty amazing.
It looks great.
Pretty amazing. First it was a little stiff because my old one is like, you get used to it.
Huh?
I'm loving it. All right, let's talk knitting.
Mm-hmm. Yes, believe it or not, this is a knitting podcast, but we haven't, and I feel like, you know what, we do these podcasts, these longer podcasts, only like once or twice a month. So for us, it's such a fun opportunity to be able to kind of like invite you guys back into our lives and kind of have these conversations. So
yes, and we will not podcast again probably until after the baby.
Yeah.
We were on the same wavelength this morning when we were chatting. We were texting back and forth. And when you said we should, because I was thinking we should do a podcast, but I know for both of us, Sundays are kind of precious. Mm-hmm. So when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, definitely. It was in my mind. So it's perfect. So this will be our last visit before you have your little girl.
Oh, before Christmas, before the birth, before a lot of things. So it might be a little bit longer. So for anybody that doesn't like longer podcasts,
skip ahead. Every time you see us with knitting,
yeah,
we've had knitting this whole time, but when we hold it up, we're talking knitting.
Exactly.
I have knitting to show, and you have knitting to show, but I have something else to show that I cannot stop.
I can't wait to see it, because I feel like I have not really seen it yet.
No, I have so many new acquisitions. I have things I've started. I'm obsessed. For anyone that watches my Periscope, you know exactly, and you're going to be like, again, Sue, like.
See, and for me, it will be so exciting, so I apologize for anybody.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so exciting. So anyways, what are you knitting on, my dear?
Well, right now, my current obsession, and anyone that follows me on Instagram will know this, because it's pretty much all I've posted about in the last 48 hours, because that's as long as I've had it cast on.
And, oh my gosh, how much you have done in 48 hours.
Oh, I'm going to be done today.
You're obsessed.
Yeah, I'm going to be done today. Because I'm already, I think, to the point where it's the size that I want it to be. But anyway, I'm knitting a Sockhead hat. I will put the pattern information all in the down bar below in our show notes, which, by the way, is the only place that we post our show notes. So if you are watching this somewhere other than YouTube, head over to YouTube and click on the down bar, and that's where you will find all of our detailed information.
And now that pattern, isn't that like $1?
It's free.
Even better.
It's free.
It's the best pattern.
It's amazing because it's a vanilla hat. It is essentially a vanilla hat that you can take and run with as far as you want. So it is a one skein fingering weight project. And honestly, I would even venture to say it's a 50-gram project. Don't take what I'm saying as prescription. Like this, for me, it looks like I'll probably be done with about 50 grams.
That's amazing.
But I'm also not doing it exactly as prescribed.
I'm going to ask you that because a lot of people make this hat and don't do as much ribbing because it is a big, it's a slouchy hat.
Mm-hmm.
I made one for Ben and Jacob, and I'm pretty sure Ben lost his. I haven't seen it on him. And it was such a cool one. I gave it to him a couple years ago. Jacob wore his for a while. I'm pretty sure he probably lost it. I haven't seen it in a while.
I don't think I've ever, knock on wood, lost a piece of knitting.
Boys do.
Boys do because they throw things everywhere. But also, I have such a funny aside about losing things because pregnancy brain has really kicked in, like full force. Oh my God, I actually think my brain has left my head entirely. 2 days ago, I went for a walk with Romo. I lost my mittens on the walk. Found him 2 hours later in our side yard, just in a pile of snow. Yesterday,
Mama was out and you took them off and threw them down.
No idea. Yesterday, I went for Romo's morning walk and lost my sunglasses. Just lost them. Off my head. Came home after the movies last night to find them hanging on our door, covered in snow.
Someone found them.
Someone found them and knew that they were ours and put them on our...
Oh, out in the side yard and throw things off your body.
Like, literally, I was saying to Justin, I was like, I am not this person. I take very good care of my things. So the fact that I almost lost $200 worth of goods in 2 days is insane.
Boy, how many more weeks of work do you have? Because that could be detrimental.
Whenever she comes is when I'm done. So hoping maybe like a week and a half. It's truly dangerous.
The one thing I remember so well is after I had all of you, I should not have been allowed behind the wheel of a car. I would go through red lights. Like really, I'd be like, I would like turn in front of people. Like I didn't even, it's dangerous. Don't get in a car.
Luckily, my lovely husband drives almost everywhere. The only place that I really drive to, and it's not because I don't want to drive, it's just because he loves it and I just don't care.
Yeah, I hate driving.
Yeah, I just don't care. So the only time I ever drive is if, I have to go to the grocery store and he doesn't feel like coming, I'll just run. But anyway, I totally...
Yes.
Yeah.
I would just go through stop signs like they didn't even exist. Really, I remember being at Vernon Circle and running a red light, just going, I just went through a red light. And I'd be like, thank God you're all alive because you shouldn't be.
I know. I can't even think about it when she actually gets here, how it's going to affect my life. But
it's a real thing.
And honestly, I thought the baby brain was bad, like at the beginning. Like I'd get really frustrated with myself because I was clumsy and like just nothing felt right. And now I wish I could go back to that because this is terrifying. I literally just, anyway, total aside, but I figured as long as we were talking about losing things, it was worth noting that I have lost my brain.
Okay, so that hat is gorgeous.
Thank you. So I am knitting this with, everybody has been asking me about this yarn because holy guacamole, how beautiful.
Beautiful.
It is Fiber Stash yarn in her hot pink colorway and her Tweedy Toes base. And that's a pretty accurate representation right there without it getting blown out.
It is beautiful.
Thank you.
You gonna put a pom-pom on that?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet because we were actually at Must Love Yarn yesterday for the Fiber Stash trunk show.
Which looked amazing.
Oh my God, wait until you see the goodies I got. It was great. And it was great to see Christy and all of the girls at Must Love Yarn.
We met Christy the first time down here.
Yep.
And I honestly, that was the first and only time. And I just remember she was so nice. I was talking to you about Vermont because it was before you had moved up and you were you were definitely in the process.
Mm-hmm.
Super heavy and it just fell. Yeah, so it looked like an amazing trunk show.
It was great, and I think she did really well. I think she had a good turnout, so it was so much fun. What was I saying before that?
You bought more stuff.
Yes, so I bought more of her yarn yesterday because I was telling Mom earlier, I think I'm going to cast on another one of these right when I bind this one off, to have in the hospital while I'm laboring, or for after labor, or for any downtime, because this is one of the most enjoyable knits that I have ever knit.
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant idea. Brilliant idea.
Thank you. I know. I hope. I mean, we'll see. Who knows? I could be totally out of it and not able to knit at all. But on the off chance that I am able,
it depends on, I think, how fast you go.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's going to be a significant amount of time, which might not be, don't know, wasn't for me. But I was also home for most of you, which is crazy. But yeah, I think it's a brilliant idea.
Thank you. And I just think it's going to be so much fun. It'll be a good way to kind of like, meditate or just kind of slow down a little bit while everything is going so fast.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I think it'll be amazing. Well, I just want to put in a note about Must Love Yarn here because I'm afraid we're going to forget. We are doing a super secret thing with them, and we're really excited about it. We don't know a ton about it. We just know what we did. But the reason I'm talking about it is they are doing a live YouTube broadcast on New Year's Eve. So make sure you go over because that is when they are going to either announce it or talk about it. I want to watch because I don't even know a lot about it. But so make sure you follow them on YouTube and set your alerts because I do not know if they've picked the time yet for it. But I know that they've been leading up to it and they're like, that's when we're going to really talk about it. And it's very limited. Very limited. So definitely, if you're at all interested, and I don't know what, because it's super secret, watch them.
Yeah, New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. Hopefully
I'll be around. I mean, I know I'll be around, but
yeah,
I definitely want to tune in as well.
But I want to tune in for sure. I don't think I saw it live, but I watched, Angela and Kelly, I just love.
No, I know. I know. They are the best. So I definitely, yes, echo all of that.
Yes.
Go follow them and set those notifications up.
Yes.
Okay, so back to my hat.
Yes.
So Sockhead hat, it is a vanilla hat, which is honestly, this to me is probably the best beginner pattern if you are learning how to knit. If you are learning how to knit and you only know the knit stitch and the purl stitch, you can cast one of these on and have no... Romy wants to come say hello. Hi, Bugaboo. Come here. You will have no issues. The decreasing might be a little bit weird. Like if it's your very first project, not weird, but that'll be one thing that you'll have to, figure. Mm-hmm. But I can't speak highly enough. So typically the pattern, I believe, calls for 6 inches of ribbing. Mm-hmm. I think 4. I don't know how many inches the pattern calls for in the actual head.
I don't know why I remember this. I think it's 9.
It could be that. But I am only going to do, I do have my ruler right here. What do I have so far? So far I have about 5 inches and I think I might do 6 and then call it because I don't want it to be super slouchy. I kind of like the way I like them to fit like this, where they're a little bit at the top, but not like...
Need a pom-pom too.
You think so?
I have some.
I might throw it on.
I have some extras. I'll bring them up when we come.
Yay! Well, and Must Love Yarn has them too, and I was so tempted to buy them yesterday.
I forgot they have them.
They're beautiful. Yeah, when you come up, we probably won't have time this time, but...
I may run over when we come up if I get a chance, just because I would love to see their new shop, and
You definitely should.
I haven't seen them in a while.
Yes, yes. I think that's a good idea. So yeah, and I know people sometimes, like, if you want to get fun with this and you just want a vanilla hat, you can throw a cable in there. If you're the more experienced knitter, you can do anything with this pattern.
You know what just hit me that you could do with that, and it would be so amazing, is Kemper's Pixel.
Pixel Rise.
You could include like a little of that. Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what I'm talking about, Kemper has done a Pixel Rising sock.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like the preamble to the fades. Don't you think, with a little bit of or you could fade one of those.
Yep.
But I think her pattern would be even more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be really cool on that.
I think she's even done a Pixel Rise cowl, if I remember correctly.
Oh, so then you could apply that if...
Don't quote me on it, but I want to say she might have. And this is Kemper Ray of the Junk Yarn Podcast and Junk Yarn Yarns. And Junk Yarn Designs, for that matter, because she's a beautiful designer as well. So that's who we're talking about.
So yeah, that would be cool on that. I love it. I love the tweed with the pink. I love it.
Thank you. Well, that's the thing that drew me so much, because you know me, I'm not a real bubblegum pinky girl at all.
You're not, but it's so beautiful.
Well, and the thing that really drew me to this was the neutral and dark flecks in there.
Love them.
Because it'll pull in, like, I wear a lot of gray and black and neutral. So it'll allow me to wear this with any one of my outfits, and it will tie together while having a really fun pop at the top.
Yeah. Because it breaks up that pink just enough.
Right?
To make it grays it down a little. It's beautiful. I love it.
Thank you so much. And you know what else this project got me thinking about, which I feel like we should do, is get little leather...
They belong on your hat and your sweater.
What do they say?
Knit 24. No, Knit by Sue.
Oh.
I have them. And I was supposed to put them on all the baby stuff.
Well, you still can.
I'm going to. I got to find the bag. I love them. I had them made a long time ago. I think they say Knit by Sue. I don't even know where they are. They're over there somewhere.
But yeah, so we need to, or at least I need to buy one for...
You should get some for all of your baby knits. It'd be fun, even as time goes on, to know, like, because we'll forget which ones you made, which ones I made. It'd be really, we'll do that. I'll take care of that.
I love it. No, you don't have to take care of it.
I'm the worst.
So yeah, and I'm knitting this with last few details. I'm knitting this with Hiya Sharp, US size 2 16-inch cable needles.
So you're not magic looping, you're going round and around, which is my favorite.
Because I knew I wanted this for the movies. It's the whole reason I cast it on. And I knew magic loop was just going to be too much of a pain. And this works perfect.
Perfect. That is perfect movie knitting.
Mm-hmm. And I have, first I have a Sucre Miniatures Progress Keeper, little snowman.
Love it. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I got that. It needles up.
Love it.
So I got that, and then, oh my God, I was just going to say one more thing. Oh, I went to go see Star Wars. So I'm not going to talk much about it, but I did go to see it. Was
it the best? Because that's what I've heard, like, best movie ever.
I want to watch it at least 3 more times.
Okay.
To be able to make that statement. It was great. It was, you know, those movies where you see them and just subconsciously you're thinking about them for like 48 hours after watching.
So I don't even remember what happened on the last one.
Well, we can't talk about it here because I don't want to ruin anything if somebody hasn't seen The Force Awakens.
Is that the last one, The Force Awakens?
Yes, exactly. Episode 7, The Force.
That's not the one where Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Dad said that isn't the one that this follows.
No, so that is the one that this follows. So Episode 7, The Force Awakens came out, and then Rogue One came out, which is a side story.
Maybe he thinks we saw Rogue One.
You probably did see Rogue One, but
I think, well, we'll talk about it later. I think he's confused. This makes me happy. So I'm going to rewatch The Force Awakens. Is it on Netflix?
No. You can rent it from Amazon, or do you guys have Stars?
I don't know.
If you have Stars, they're streaming it for free because I watched it twice before we went.
Okay, we're going to do that today.
Mm-hmm. It's
because we have the week off after Christmas, so we have a lot of movies we got to go see. I think that was really poor English.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yes, you will love it. Definitely watch the last one first.
Okay, Force Awakens.
Yeah, it'll get you in a really good place to sit down. And it's a long one. It's 2.5 hours. But it doesn't feel like it.
Okay. I can't wait. Okay.
So anyway, another tangent. It's okay. Deal with it, people. We love you. So that's what I'm knitting on right now.
Okay. I'm knitting on my Cozy Memories. I am mid-row, which is okay. I'm obsessed with this blanket. Right now I'm putting in jumping jellyfish because I'm squaring it off. But at the same time, the part that is already squared off, I started putting in my Advent.
I was going to ask you.
Yes. So I'm going to run out of space where it's squared off. So that's why, because I have to wind day 6.
Okay. Love it.
And I didn't have time before this. So I'm filling in below again. But, I'm going to drop it. It's really heavy because it's really big.
Yours is huge.
Okay. So day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5.
I am so obsessed with our Advent minis, and I'm sorry. I feel like I sound like a broken record, but
I have to admit, I am too, because I dyed them so long ago. And I've been watching Denise, Earth Tones Girls Vlogmas. She's one of the ones that I watch religiously. And she has been so generous and every day opens one of ours and is displaying them beautifully. And I've thanked her on Periscope. There aren't enough thank yous in the world for anybody that promotes our yarns the way she does, because we really appreciate it. It does not go unnoticed. But every day that she opens, I'm like, I wonder what it is. Because I have no idea. And then I'm like, wow.
It's so funny. I feel like when I started knitting, because I'm doing a similar thing, I feel the same way. Like, I'm always like, Justin, I can't wait to see what today is.
I do the same thing, and I dyed them. It is hysterical when you dye them that far ahead. And I was so happy this year with all of the colors. I really was. I'm really excited about it. So I am committed to doing, it's probably going to be, I don't know how many across my blanket is. I can't remember, but it's probably going to be 2 rows, and I'm doing them as they come out. I'm so excited about it. So I'm kind of mad I'm doing a filler one because I really want to get a couple more done today, but it's okay. But I'm up to, and again, I've already forgotten what 7 looks like. So when I go open it, it's going to be like, oh, it's so funny. It cracks me up. So I've just started, it's freezing here at night. So like when I'm working on it, I cover up with it. It is my favorite. I talked about it because I went to the Christy Glass friend Miss something party. I don't remember the hashtag. And we were supposed to bring our favorite thing. And I did bring a set of number 2 signature needles and a bunch of our minis, like a bunch. So and Nicole, I can't remember Nicole's last name or what her thing is on Instagram, but she was the recipient of my gift, she was so excited, and I was so happy. And the whole thing is truly, truly, if I could work on nothing else for the rest of my life, this would be it. And I'd be happy. Mm-hmm. So, and there's something about Christmas time. That's when I want to knit on it the most. Mm-hmm. I think because it's mindless. It's the rhythm. I love it.
I totally agree with you. Yeah, I don't know what it is about it, but it is really it's almost like cathartic and
And for me, it is the needles.
uh,
The needles was the game changer. I mean, I enjoyed working on it, and I bought, like, I remember I bought Addi sock rockets, 16 inchers. I thought that was it. This is it. And I can't remember. I want to say they're like $38. I don't know why that's sticking in my head. Best $38 I could ever spend.
they are amazing.
It sounds crazy for a pair of needles, but not when you're working on a project like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's your tools are, I learned that in art school. I've talked about it a million times. Tools for an artist are priceless.
Yep. I totally agree with you. And I know when I was taking my art classes as well, that was something that was always kind of driven home. Where, one, there are certain things where, like, you might not need the best of the best, but you kind of pick and choose which are most important to you and which you think will really enhance your work the best.
And enhance the experience of doing the work.
Definitely.
That's what this is for me. This makes every stitch. I can't even tell you how much I love them.
So Mom purchased me a set as well. So that's what I use for my Cozy Memory blanket. And I love them. But so when I don't work on my Cozy Memory blanket, like, I don't touch them really, truly spring through fall. Like, it's really my winter knit.
Mm-hmm.
So when I pick up those needles again, though, there is an adjustment period because they're so sharp and they're so fast.
I have a slit.
See? What, did it just slip?
I think so. And I don't know, it's healing, but it's like, ooh, that's dangerous.
Oh, yeah. They're that sharp, people.
They come with a warning.
Yeah.
They come with a warning.
No sarcasm there. They actually do.
Yeah.
So for me, there's always like about a week adjustment period. But now that I've been knitting on mine so much, the experience, like you said, the experience is just like amazing.
Amazing. Every time I see someone working on a Cozy Memory and not with these needles, I think, oh, treat yourself. It's so worth it. And honestly, I'm not kidding you. If they were $100, I would buy them. I'm not kidding you.
I would not.
I would, because think of the hours I'm putting into this blanket. Hours. And it's, I love them.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with them. And no, we are not at all sponsored by Signature Needles. I wish we were.
It would be amazing.
It would be amazing, because then maybe they would provide us with lots of them.
It'd be so fun.
So let us see your blanket.
Yeah, let's keep the blanket train going. So I am knitting. This is not my normal Cozy Memories blanket. Sorry. This is not my normal Cozy Memories blanket. I have that one tucked away. I still haven't even brought that one out this year. But the reason is because I'm doing what Mom is doing, and I'm knitting the Legacy Fiber Arts Advent Minis into a smaller version of the blanket, and I'm going to give it to the little lady when she's born. So this is the, see if I can get it.
You're flying.
Right? Well, so, okay. Disclaimer, these are not all of the Advent Minis, but they are all Legacy Fiber Arts dyed yarn. I wanted to make sure that she had something that her grandma dyed for her, and right? And that I knit, so it's kind of like this collaborative, just beautiful patchwork family blanket for her.
I love the thought of that.
Isn't it so great? And it's from this year's Advent Minis, so it will be, and as she grows, I could do this every year for her. Like, make it up of all the colors that are dyed throughout the year, plus the Advent Minis. And
it's interesting. I wonder if you could leave one end where, no, that'd be hard. So that it just grew all the time. Maybe you don't put a border on it.
That's not a bad idea.
So then you can just let it grow every time. Like in the summer when she's not using it, you can add all the new colors.
That is not a bad idea. That way it will grow with her.
Grow with her too. Not only with the yarn, but it would.
I like that.
I'm the grandmother brilliant.
Seriously. So maybe I'll do that instead then. I like that idea.
I like that idea a lot.
But for this year, so this is what I've done so far. I think my goal right now is to get it to be 6 squares by 8 squares is what I think Justin and I calculated out. So right now it's 6 wide. And then I'm going to go 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 8 rows up. So it'll be small enough that I can kind of tuck it around her if she's in her car seat or
out for a walk in her little stroller. Oh my gosh, you're going to be walking a baby before you know it.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. So yeah, but I'm doing, so let's see, I have it flipped upside down. Well, not upside down, but so my Advent minis start, I'm a little bit behind, but like Mom, I have 1, the green is 2, blue is 3, 4, 5. Oh, do you want, no, I won't spoil a surprise for you if you want to open 7.
I forget.
Okay.
Keep going. I'm loving how, like, it's like, oh yeah, that's what I have.
Yes.
When I see 6, it's going to be beautiful.
5, 6, and then I started back over here with 7. Ooh.
You have a lot done.
I'm on, the next one I have is 15.
Oh my gosh.
8, 9. Oh, nope, this is not 9. So 9 was one of the ones that we ran out of. So I grabbed one from last year's Advent mini set and put it for 9.
Perfect.
So this is my 9. And then 10, which, oh my God. I love them all, but like that one I was blown away.
That is pretty.
11, 12, 13.
You are flying.
14. I know. Well, I was sticking with it like 1 a day, and then I cast.
I so wish I did, but I didn't. So something about the Advent calendar is that I am going to be starting in January dyeing up the full skeins of a lot of them. Because a lot of them, I was really, that is my intent when I design an Advent calendar, is to come up with a handful of colors for the following year. I don't do them all, but this year it's going to be pretty close because I'm pretty happy with all of, not that I wasn't happy with the other ones, but I didn't feel like they were bringing as full skein something huge to our line. So I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just do a different colorway. But I am going to be starting. I have not dyed in a few weeks and I am really missing it. I may do a little this week.
I like I said, every color that I open up, I'm just like, my jaw hits the ground. I love what I'm assuming you're going to dye as an addition to our neutrals line.
Yeah, I just knit that one and I loved it.
And this one, oh my God.
I am going to be doing another addition to the neutral line, and I believe there might even be 2 more. Maybe 1. I did a handful of neutrals. I love dyeing the neutrals. I love dyeing them.
I love knitting them.
Yeah, I do too.
More than anything. Because like the color changes are so beautiful and subtle, but you get so like drawn into them that like the color pops come and you're like, oh, look at that beautiful purple. But then when you pull it away, you're like, oh, it's so subtle and gentle, and I love it.
They are very subtle. They're very subtle. And I always get really like overwhelmed when I'm about to dye them because I'm like, can I really do that again? And then they work. And once I get the rhythm, I love dyeing them.
Ugh.
Love dyeing.
It is definitely I would say it's definitely my favorite line that we carry.
I think it's just so versatile. It goes with so many different things, and I do love them.
Totally. I'm totally agree with you. And then everything else on here is just like our, like I said, Legacy Fiber Arts. I did knit in our Christmas colorways from the Christmas Story update. So I have the Pink Nightmare right here. I have Fragile right here.
I love Fragile.
And then what other one did I have in here? I had
what the other ones even were.
Yep. So I had Christmas Story.
Oh, I love A Christmas Story.
Me too. And then the other one, I Can't Put My Arms Down. I didn't have a mini of, but I have a full skein, so I'm just going to wind a little off.
Just going to add it. I think Don't. I gave those all when I gave at Christy Glass. I think I did the neutrals, most of the nightmare.
I'm glad you said that because I still have how many grams does your blanket take?
Not a lot.
Because I still have all of the rest of my. You can have them.
I might. I know. I have. It's interesting because these are all the leftovers.
Beautiful. Oh my.
And I am considering either doing mini socks because I still want a mini sock garland.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes myself crazy that I don't do that every year because I want to put it up. Or Franken socks again. I've been kind of in the mood for those.
There have been so many great Advent patterns released this year specifically.
For them, yes.
Oh, yeah. It's so nice. In my opinion, I think it's really nice that ours are 20 grams because you can literally do a square in the blanket and have an Advent mini project going.
I love how big the minis are. I really do love them because I don't feel like I waste them at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's across the board with all of our minis too. It's not just Advent. All of our minis are always 20 grams. So even throughout the year, if you want to build your own Legacy Fiber Arts Advent calendar and just kind of tuck them away, like I've always thought like that's kind of a cool idea too,
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so tell me about this new product.
Okay, so I had heard about these and then I saw them and then I couldn't get them and I wanted them desperately. So they are the new Addi Flexi Flips.
What is that?
So they are double pointed needles, but you get 3 of them.
Okay.
And I'm not going to do a good job explaining them because I'm really starting to just understand how to use them. So it's kind of like, they shouldn't be that tight. I haven't used them in a while. It's kind of like having 2 circulars, but you're not, I don't know why it's so tight. I'm sorry. Hold on one second. You're not bending them to work on it. You're using your third. So it's kind of, I'm trying to figure out like how to describe it the best.
Okay, so here's a question.
Okay.
What do they do to enhance the knitting experience? What is different than double points?
The double points, you are finagling a little more. Like these just stay side by side. Where double points, you'd have a triangle or a square. And these, so it's kind of like magic loop without all the loop. So you work across and then you work across and then you work across. And they're flexible because they have some cording in the middle.
And what does the flexibility do?
Well, you couldn't do double points. Because you could work on just 3, like 2 straights.
It would be too rigid, right?
Rigid. So this gives you that flexibility.
Interesting.
I love them. So this, before I forget, because this yarn is gorgeous. Do you know what it is?
Is that my mermaid something?
Mermaid tail.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. So, of course, I'm using my Steel City bag. I think they're called ball sacks.
I think they are too, and I kind of love it.
And I hesitate. I never say it on Periscope because you'd get alerts and then you would get comments that you don't want to deal with. It's gorgeous. It is the most gorgeous green. So it's when I use this, it's a center pull. I enjoy it. So as it collapses, it doesn't get messy. It stays right in here. So I'm loving this. So these needles, they're hard to get. I can't remember where I got them from.
I can't believe I've never heard of them.
I had heard of them and then I wanted them desperately and I couldn't get them. I was like, I wish I remember where I got them from. So I kind of love them.
It's making me feel like Justin would really love them.
He might.
Because he's such a magic loop guy.
And you know what? I have to say, there is so much time wasted with Magic Loop. It is, I really, really am preferring double points. That's why I wanted to try these, because I was preferring double points. And then, but I wanted, I don't know, there was something about these that I can't remember what made me say I want to try them. I'm really happy with them. Really happy with them. I'm sure very soon they will be easier to get.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure they will be. They're sharp. So this is one thing I don't quite understand. And if I took the time to watch the YouTube video, I would understand it. One of the sides is as sharp as a sock rocket and the other isn't. So I always make sure I'm knitting off of the sock rocket side because I love a pointy needle. Again,
so they're all like that?
They're all like that. One sharp, one dull.
I wonder if that's why, though. It gives you, there's because really, like, what does the sharpness of the other needle matter? As long as the one you're knitting with is sharp.
Is sharp. I agree. It doesn't.
So maybe they're just giving you the option, like, if you love a sharp point, like, you can knit with that. Or if you like a little bit more of a dull point so that you don't split your yarn.
Could be. And I'm sure people are going to comment in the comments as to why. And like I said, if I were to watch a YouTube video, even on how to use them, there's probably things I'm not telling you about because I'm so lazy. But I love them. And I love how they come. I love that they come in these.
It's just like signatures. How many sets did you get?
I got, because I wanted, they're 2.25 millimeter and 2.75 millimeter.
I like it.
So what I'm finding is exactly what you found with my socks. All of a sudden, ever since I started wearing the darn tufts, how tight they are. I love them. And I'm noticing my hand knit socks are all baggy and loose. And they're bugging me all of a sudden. So I'm really playing with needle sizes. The hardest part is you can make them small and then it's hard to get over a part of your foot. But once it's over, they're way better fitting. So I'm playing with some sizes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so anybody that doesn't know, Darn Tough Socks are a Vermont brand of merino socks, and they're amazing. Yeah, they're gorgeous. Like the colors, everything. You should definitely look it up. I'll put the link down below. But they're just a really nice, locally made sock. And like Mom said, they hug your feet no matter how many times you wear them in a row. They hug your feet, and they feel so good.
They're a terrific, terrific sock. And I kind of was like, nope, I only wear hand knit. Nope, I only wear hand knit. And now I'm kind of like, oh, I could go down that rabbit hole big time.
Yeah.
But the thing that I'm noticing is the fit. And so I'm really going to work on getting a tighter fitting sock for my hand knits because I love hand knit socks.
Well, that's even why I went down to a 1x1 ribbing now, because I find that even fits my foot a little bit tight. It hugs it a little bit better. So yeah, I totally agree with you. I feel like we're kind of on the same journey right now, trying to figure out a gauge and needle.
I thought I lost it.
Oh,
how far could it have gone? Sorry.
Don't ask me because I lose sunglasses and mittens in my backyard.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, so I'm excited about those. I haven't worked with them again for a while because I have another knit that I will show you that I finished. And I finished all my Quadri hats. I ended up with a total of 9 hats. I could make 9 more and enjoy the pattern just as much.
Oh my gosh.
I love that pattern.
You want to just show us one of them really quickly for anybody that hasn't watched the last episode?
Yeah. Because I have one last one that has not been wrapped.
Oh, yeah, if they're wrapped, don't worry.
No, only one that isn't.
Oh, okay.
This chair I'm not used to. It's kind of high. Not as squishy. Okay, this is the Quadri.
And who designed it?
Michele Wang.
It's
by Dreamer. She is so lovely.
Is it?
Dream Crochet. Gypsy Dreamer Crochet. I should know that. I have them like Kimberly.
Ugh.
Love them. Love them. Love them.
It looks like something you would see in Patagonia, the store Patagonia, and you'd have to pay $100 for.
Yeah. And this is probably about so it's one skein. I used Malabrigo Rios mostly, or Mad Tosh, which is probably, I'm terrible, I don't remember. Low 20s?
Cost-wise? Yeah.
I would say this is a $30 hat. And for a hat, again, that you're going to wear all the time, I think I'm going to make myself one.
You have to.
Even though I don't wear hats, I'm going to because I love this. So I'm going to make myself one. I don't know what color yet. I have some pom-poms left. I still have one of these. I love these.
Just for the fact that you could wear a pom-pom every once in a while.
I know. And when it's freezing out, it's crazy. I can wear a hat.
You can do it.
Yeah. It's all about how you dress.
Yeah. You've got a studly husband waiting for you at home. So you know what? Who cares what you look like in a hat?
Who cares, right? Whatever.
Ever.
So do you have any other knitting?
I do. Well, I'm on like a sock binge right now because I am just all about fingering weight projects and fast knits, and that's just kind of where my brain's at right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I have socks. I actually have a finished pair of socks that I could show you. I'm going to go grab them real quick.
Go grab them.
So these are my first pair of Legacy. Well, not my first pair, but I have a couple that I've been working on. And these are Legacy Fiber Arts yarn, vanilla. Thank you. So this is out of our Castle on the Hill colorway, which is this beautiful neutral of the body. And then the key lime contrasting toe. And I knit these with double pointed needles, and it was one of the most enjoyable knits that I have had, again, along with my Sockhead hat, which is why they flew off my needles. I think I finished these in under a week.
Yeah. I feel so bad because last podcast I was saying, we're going to put in the shop like a couple sock kits. The yarn was gone. After that podcast, all the yarn sold out really quickly, so that time didn't come. But I will put some sock kits in there because I do think they're fun.
It could be, yeah. I feel like it'll be a fun project for like after the new year.
Yeah.
We'll throw some of those or whenever, we'll get them in there. But definitely I love, love, love having a mini to work with and a beautiful skein. And this is out of our glitzy base, so I don't know if you can see here. It might not show up.
Not showing up a lot. Every once in a while you get a little. I love that glitzy base.
I'm obsessed with it because it's so subtle. And I also really loved working on these because they were kind of Christmassy, like with the green and the glitz. So anyway.
Good Christmas pair of socks for you.
What's that?
That is a good Christmas pair.
Right? I think I'm going to wear them Christmas morning.
Yeah. I think the Castle on the Hill also is very much one of our neutrally colors. Another good.
Definitely. The thing that was so fun too with knitting these is you can see like the tiny little forest green pops. And whenever those showed up, I was like, ooh, this is so fun.
Love it.
They were so much fun to knit. So this is Sock Obsession pair number 1 that is finished.
So funny.
I have another half finished pair, a little more than half finished, which are with more Legacy Fiber Arts yarn. So this is Willy Wonka in our glitzy toes base. Again, don't know if you can see the glitz or not. And then Harold's Purple Crayon, contrasting toe and cuff. And again, I'm doing the 1x1 cuff here. And then, so I've done this.
You're a knitting machine.
It's because look at all the projects that I'm knitting. It's literally just knit.
It's so good. I find the rhythm of just knit so relaxed. I think it's time of year. I think it's all of that. It's that mindless, just having this rhythm.
I totally agree. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing.
It feels also a lot like self-care too, because it's like I have all of these beautiful shawl projects that I would love to have the finished objects and like be working on, but know it wouldn't, this is what I need right now. And I know deep down that this is what I need. So,
Yeah, it's so good. Love it.
so yeah. And then I have this much more of the skein, which I love. I got a lot of comments when I posted the picture of this first sock.
Mm-hmm. I feel like there might be, I know in the shop, there's like 1 or 2 skeins right now. And I feel like it's that colorway.
Oh my God. It is. It's so much fun. As much fun as the neutral was to knit with these, this is like, it was enhanced by like 100 because all of the colors that you get that come across your needles are so pure and they work together so beautifully.
I don't even remember how I dyed that. It's a good thing I write things down.
I know.
If I should really have my dye book in a safe, because if there was ever a fire, all of these formulas would be missing and gone. And honestly, I mean, sometimes I look at them and go, oh yeah, I know how I did that. And other times I'm like, I really need to refer to what I wrote down.
But you know what? Even if it did burn in a fire, you would come up with
New ones.
and they'd be just as beautiful.
I'm pretty sure there's no more colors left in the world, though. That's usually when I have like a couple weeks off, I realize there are.
There are.
But when you're dyeing like a lot for like long days, long hours, you're pretty sure you've used up every colorway that is known to man.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. You will someday.
Yes, I definitely will.
You will. All right. I have a finished object, which I finished yesterday, which I still have to block and weave in the ends. It is a Christmas gift.
I still haven't seen this finished. It's so beautiful.
I love it. I'm so happy with it. I wanted to make a 3-color cashmere cowl by Hoagie Locatelli, and I was having a really hard time coming up with colorways.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been talking way too long.
It's actually at an hour and 5 minutes right now.
Yeah, I still have a lot to show.
Okay.
We'll do it quickly. Okay, so I was having a really hard time because I wanted to use our colors and I could not figure out what to do until I remembered in my first one. I went and got my first one. I remembered I used just a cream colorway in between the 3 colors and it solved all my problems. So it's Jumpin' Jellyfish, just cream, and then I don't know if I ever gave this one a name.
Oh, that was. Did you dye a full skein of that?
No, this is a mini and a half at the most.
Wow.
I have so much yarn. I have this much of this left over. I have this. I could make 2.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, so I really don't want to block it. I know. I can't decide.
The only reason I would say yes is because of that lace pattern.
I know. And the lace pattern, when I first started it, I was actually talking to Andy, and I kept messing it up. And it was like, oh, I hate that. And then once I got it down, I was like, oh, yeah, now I can see it. It makes sense. It's a beautiful lace pattern.
It really is. And I remember that was when I made mine. That was the deciding factor as to if I was going to block it or not. And it really did make a difference.
Yeah, so I'm going to. So I love this. Maybe I'll soak it today. It's a Christmas gift.
It's gorgeous.
I could make it again. Again, this knit itself, I cannot believe how fast this knit up. Because I would knit on it for a couple hours and I'd have like 6 inches done. It's like, how did I do that? So honestly, if you have a last minute gift you need, this is manageable in about 4 days.
Which sounds like absolute crazy pants. But you
know what? It was weird. Again, it was very mindless. And so, like, this part is just striping. It's nothing. It was fun. I'm done. It feels good.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love it. Do you have more?
I have all the rest is stitching.
Okay, so let me show you my last pair of socks, and then you're going to go on the stitch train.
Okay, which
I can't wait.
I'm obsessed.
So I cast on another pair of socks when I was done with my Castle on the Hill socks. And this is, again, out of Legacy Fiber Arts yarn.
What is that?
It's, what is the pattern called?
No, what is the yarn?
The yarn. Hold, please. The yarn.
I love that.
Is Avon Calling.
Whoa, I forgot about that.
And macaroon. So like I said, I don't remember the pattern name, but I'm going to put it on the screen. It was a free pattern that I found because I wanted to do something a little bit more than vanilla, and I wanted it to be textured. And this was just what the doctor ordered.
What is it?
I think it's called the Broken Seed Stitch pattern.
Oh, is it somebody, do we know the designer?
No, I think it's a free pattern on Ravelry. I stumbled across it.
Oh, I love that.
It is so much, because it's a free pattern, I don't feel bad saying this. It's a knit row, a knit one, purl one row, a knit row, a purl one, knit one row. So you're doing the purl one, knit one rows out of your solid yarn. Let's call this.
Did you design it for 2 colors?
Yes.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes. So, and I think you could get you'd get the same texture if I just used the one color, but this just looks so beautiful.
I love it.
And thank you. And these are both out of our Cozy Toes base. So I just covered my mouth. I said Cozy Toes base. So which is our cashmere blend. So they are going to be the softest sock ever.
And how many stitches are you using?
I am using 64 on size US 1 double point needles.
I've got to try some of those needles too.
Well, I was just going to tell you, you have a couple pairs coming to you, so don't buy them. Because I ordered you some. They should be here right after the new year.
Oh, I can't wait.
I was literally sitting here knitting on these one night, and I was like, Mom needs these needles. Like, there's just no excuse for you not having these needles. So
I cannot wait.
They're coming. I think they're size 1.5 is what I got for you.
Which is kind of my size right now.
And so these are size US 1s, and I have 2 pairs of them. These are Knitter's Pride Zings, and they are just amazing.
I cannot wait.
For being as affordable as they are the perfect amount of sharpness. They have beautiful give to them. Like they're not bendy. Like I can't show you that they bend, but they're just very comfortable in your hands. And they're the 6-inch needle.
Love.
So yeah, that's my last work in progress. And I haven't picked these up in a couple of days, but I think I will pick these up today.
I have not been working on socks at all, and I feel like I want to be. I bought, and I should have brought it in here, the Hunter Hammerson sock book. We will talk about it next time because it's beautiful. They're all gorgeous. It was big. It just came out recently. Silk Roads, I don't know. It's really bad. I don't know. I should stop talking about it.
I'll put it in the down bar if anybody wants to do a little research on their own.
Yes, I think it's silk something. But anyways, now those are not mindless, and I'm in the mood for those. I think the new year. I might do a Christmas Eve cast on. Are you going to do a Christmas Eve sock cast on?
I have been debating. It's honestly, it's all going to depend on if I finish these.
Oh, those are so pretty.
Thank you.
You're kind of in the middle of a couple. It's almost better to just be like Christmas Eve finish up.
Yeah, like kind of see how many. But I also have a skein that I bought at Must Love Yarn yesterday of Arnie and Carlos Perfect that I want to knit as a gift for a friend. That could potentially be my Christmas Eve cast on, but I don't know if I'm going to be patient enough to wait.
Yeah, because it's so weird. You have Christmas Eve, you have Christmas Day of
knitting,
and just curling up.
Yeah, and cooking. We're going to do ham sandwiches. We already got our ham that we're going to cook, and we're going to get some good bread. And
very fun. Did you get a panini maker? Do you have?
No.
My gosh, it's become my favorite new kitchen tool.
Well, you definitely go through phases, paninis.
I made roast beef, Swiss cheese. I meant to do really, really fine onions sauteed, but I didn't. And then horseradish sauce this week. We're doing it again. They were to die for.
That sounds like homemade Arby's heaven.
Kind of. Almost better.
And like way healthier.
Way healthier. Yeah, you would love a panini maker.
I bet we would. We could even just do like grill them. Even.
You could. You could. I love a panini maker because it's easier and faster.
Because you just stick it all in there and...
Yeah, and it melts faster. You will find with the little one, if she's a grilled cheese lover like you were and I still am, I could eat one right now. If you knew how hungry I was right now, we should not be talking food. Yeah, I was going to go on another tangent, but let's not go there.
But wait, do you remember the grilled cheese maker that we had growing up?
Mm-hmm. You can still buy those.
I would kill for one of those because it was all about the crust. Would get crunchy.
Now, wait, was it the round one?
No.
It was the one, it was more of a press. There used to be a round one that Graham had that you put on if you have a gas stove. You put it on it and it's round and it cuts off all the crust and it makes a crust of its own. And it's almost like a Hot Pocket. Like it.
We had one of those that we used for PB&Js though. Do you remember that?
That was something else. I do remember that.
Similar, where it would cut off the crust and it would seal it all up.
Yeah, that was a Pampered Chef item. This is something that you'd put on the stove. Graham used to make them. I can taste it right now. I'm literally starving right now. I had a hard-boiled egg today. That was it.
Susan!
Not enough. I'm going to have more.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like you should talk. Did you talk about all the yarn you bought?
No, not yet.
Let's talk about that so we can finish up the yarny goodness and go right into the stitching obsession.
Perfect. We're almost using them as a pillow right now, so I'm just trying to dig. Oh, Romy, Mr. Boy. Okay, so Fiber Stash Trunk Show was amazing. Like I spoke about, it was at Must Love Yarn yesterday from noon to 3, and I could not help myself. We were already planning a trip to Must Love Yarn.
I love that you were in one of their pictures.
I know!
There's Chelsea.
I know. I was so excited. We got out of the movie and I had a little notification. And it was like, you've been tagged in a picture. I was like, oh my God.
So sweet.
Mentioned or something like that. Yeah, it was so much fun. So, and I got, because I know I am.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. I am still on the neutrally kick, even though everything I showed you today is bright colors. I am still very obsessed with my neutrals. So these are the beauties that I got yesterday.
They are gorgeous.
Thank you. So this is Gunmetal in her Tweety Toes base. Again, this is, I believe, going to be the Sockhead hat that I cast on after I'm done with my hot pink one.
I think that should be for Justin.
Well, so I asked him, I was like, if I knit you a Sockhead hat, would you wear it? And he literally has one hat that he wears, and the one that you made him is the only hat that he wears. So he was like, maybe, like, didn't fully commit. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make it anyway, because even if you don't, I will. So it'll just be a shared hat between the two.
He would look great in a Sockhead.
I know. I'm hoping once it's done and he tries it on, he's going to be like, oh, yeah, I really like this.
Yeah, I think he would look good in one.
Yeah, I totally agree. But again, even if he doesn't, I would have a really fun pink pop one to wear, or I could neutralize it with a blue.
You are such a hat girl.
I'm obsessed with hats.
You are. I love it.
And I wear them all equally too. Like all
you
of them. So that's what this skein is going to become. And then I also purchased a skein of her DK tweed.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Oh, stunning. So I need to find a hat to knit with this as well.
I love DK weight.
Me too. And it's just that little bit toastier for like a really like sub-zero day.
Love it.
And just the neutrals. I can't even stand. And this is, this is Jailhouse Rock colorway.
Love it.
It's gorgeous.
Look at me. I'm starting to slide. This is going to be me.
I feel like I've been kind of doing that throughout this whole thing too. And I keep realizing me like,
I'll be talking to Andy and she'll be like, Sue, I can see this much.
Oh my gosh.
Those are gorgeous.
And then this is the last one. This is I can't. She hand wrote in what the colorway is called, and I honestly cannot make out what it says. But it's another beautiful fingering weight. There's no tweed in this one, but it's just beautiful.
That is gorgeous.
Thank you. Well, not thank you, but I agree. And so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this one. It's either going to be a pair of socks.
Looks very like a man pair of socks.
If Justin wore his hand knit socks, then I would make him a pair, but he doesn't freaking wear them.
Well, your father wears the ones you made him.
There we go. I will knit these.
Not as much as he should, but he wears them.
That's okay. You know what? The other day at work, I looked at Ben's feet. He was wearing the pair that I made for him.
He wears socks all the time, and I actually did not finish. I was making him a pair and I feel bad because I really only knit socks for him because he wears them.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, Ben, are you wearing the socks that I made for you? He was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
he wears them all the time. I know he wears hand knit socks.
Ah.
I should have made him a pair. Darn it.
Okay.
You can do it another time.
Absolutely. In the middle of February when you want to knit a pair of socks.
When he's like, I want a present.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. I got one for you.
There you go. Valentine's Day.
I do have to tell you, in this sub-degree weather, I have been wearing the shawl you made me.
Yay!
I keep it with my coat, so I wear it like a scarf. It's a game changer.
It's toasty warm.
Mm-hmm. When you go out with the jacket, it's like, I forget that I can wear it like it's like, treat it as if it's a scarf.
Oh,
and just throw it out. So cozy.
That's how I do it too. Like even in the mornings when I walk Romo and it's freezing, to have something there that's blocking the heat from escaping. Because I put it on and I make sure it's all tucked in, and then I put my jacket on and make sure it's overlapping it. It really does change the game.
Yeah. Look at that.
So, and then I bought these. These are going to be my gift socks for my friend.
Love those.
So pretty, right? And I love how it has the built-in contrasting toe, heel, and cuff.
So that is built in.
It must be.
I love it.
But I also don't understand how they can do that not knowing the size of the foot.
I don't either, but I can't wait to find out.
Like the heel makes sense because obviously the leg doesn't match. The leg can be whatever.
Maybe it marks where to start your heel.
Oh, maybe. I'll
think so, because then you've got another color there. You'd have to cut it.
Right.
I don't know, but I love that. Darn, I've got to get up there.
I know, and I didn't even realize that they had these in stock. I should be better and be going more because they had a Christmas one, like a red, green, white.
Darn it.
I was so hoping they had it, but there was literally only 4 skeins left. So I was just happy to have found these.
This is the worst part about podcasting on a Sunday.
Because you want to go out and do all the things and buy all the things.
Well, and I had it set in my mind what I was doing all afternoon. Now I want to knit a pair of socks.
No. I know. I was really hoping that your needles were going to show up. You never know. Mine showed up early.
Okay, I can't wait.
So I keep checking the tracking.
That'll be my Christmas Eve cast on if I get those.
I'm really praying you do. Because
there's probably way more important things we should be praying for. But throw it in.
Throw it in. It can be a mixed bag.
Throw it in. Never know.
And then Justin got these. So one of our very best friends just got engaged. Did I tell you this? Dylan?
Yes. I'm so excited for him.
It was
on Instagram. I am so happy for him.
It is.
Do we need to knit groomsmen socks?
No, he's just knitting these as a congratulations for Dylan because Dylan has been begging us to knit him another pair. So
does he wear the ones we made?
He accidentally lost them.
I get it. It's okay, Dylan, if you're watching.
He felt so bad.
It happens. We can get him more.
I know. Well, that's what I said. Like, we can make you another pair, but I promised him another pair like a year ago when he lost them. So
honestly, I put the boys aside.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't know why. I thought they're going to lose them. And they're very sentimental to me.
Oh, I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, they're upstairs if they want them. I think Jacob was going to a wedding. I'm like, do you want to wear those socks? I think it was too late. Maybe I said, oh, you could have worn. It was something. They're hidden.
Keep them hidden for now.
Because Ben would wear his, which is crazy. He should just wear them. We'll see.
If you have one pair, I don't even know where Justin's are, to be maybe I do.
You made his.
I made his. But so Justin is making these as a congratulations to Dylan, which is...
That is very cool.
I thought was cool. And he's already knit. It's so funny because every time we go into Must Love Yarn, he always goes to the same section. And he's always picks up the skeins that he's already knit before and says, have I done this one yet? I like this one. I'm like, yes. And you time and you've already knit them. So, but in this case, it kind of worked out perfect because he's like, have I done this one yet? And I was like, yes. And but
it's so funny because for Justin, the knitting is all process, not product. He is 100% process knitter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think that, and for a long time.
Oh, a couple of years now.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah, and it never gets old for him. He will knit vanilla socks until the day he cannot knit anymore. That is like,
I love that.
It's amazing. Well, and it's so nice too because now he's starting to think about like he's knitting these for Dylan, and he's actually in the middle of knitting me a pair of socks right now.
Oh, I love that. Oh, they're adorable.
Can you even handle it?
I love them.
And so this yarn is from Vintage Fairy LLC. This is the yarn she dyed for us. This is a Legacy Knits colorway.
So I probably have some in there.
You do. You have this very same skein.
Oh my gosh. I have got to start looking at my stash again because it's getting out of hand. I don't like a big stash. So I'm going to go in there and start knitting socks. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, well, and even I think it was Molly that said this from a Homespun House podcast last time that I was watching. That she just has, I think it was her, that she has a box of hand knit socks tucked away so that when she needs a gift or something like that, she can go in there, look at sizing, look at whatever, and grab a pair.
That is smart.
It's like, and it's perfect for stash yarn where you're like, oh, I probably wouldn't wear those socks, but I know, somebody would.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, yeah, Justin's knitting these right now. So where is he? He's actually flying. He just cast these on. This is the second one right now.
Holy cow, he's flying.
I know.
Wow.
So yeah, it's kind of nice because he does knit so many vanilla socks that now he's really branching out and trying to figure out what to do with them and who to give them to. And
it's so good to just have piles of them. Because I have been going into my box of piles of them and pulling out some for gifts for Christmas. It is good. It really is. All right, are you done talking knitting?
I'm done. Let's do stitching.
All right. So for anyone that is not interested in stitching, the knitting part is over. I am obsessed.
And for anybody that thinks they're not interested in stitching, maybe stick around for a few minutes because you change your tune.
I can convince you that you are. Okay, so for some reason, I was on YouTube and this came up as a recommendation, and I believe it was a meant to be thing. I just got really big. I clicked on the Housewives of Cross Stitch, which is not a name that I would be attracted to at all because I have never been interested in any of the housewives of anything on TV. It's just not my thing at all. And I clicked on it and I've watched every video they've done. Every video, which isn't a lot. They're fairly new. I would say, I don't even want to guess, but let's say 18. It's a mother-daughter. The daughter's name is Chelsea. The mother is Priscilla. They have been such a sense of inspiration for me to start stitching again with a vengeance. It's very interesting to me because I don't know what they're saying or doing that's creating that in me, but I want to do everything they've done.
It's like me and Molly. I understand. I don't know.
Yeah. I love Chelsea, the daughter. I love her. I love her humor. I love their relationship. It's very respectful. but funny and loving, and they kind of like make fun of each other here and there, but Chelsea never crosses the line. You know that like how sometimes that happens, and that's not something I enjoy at all. But yet they remind me of you and I. Their love for cross stitch is like our love for knitting.
Yeah.
And how like Priscilla would be like, darn it, now I want to make that. You know, like do, and it's like, oh, I still get that. Anyways, they have totally inspired me. And what they stitch is not like I've talked about it before. I designed counted thread for years under the nutmeg needle. For anyone that's interested, I don't even know if anything's out there anymore. And I did counted thread, which is not counted cross stitch. It's more specialty stitches and cut work and drawn thread and pulled work, and then also incorporating cross stitch in that. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like they are strictly cross stitchers. That's it. Cross. They use the same fabric all the time. I love it. I'm doing the same. They use the real Prairie Schooler, Lizzie Kate. Those are all very big names in cross stitch. And I'm obsessed, to say the least. Okay, so I started with, and this is not something they do. This piece, you're going to die. It's so amazing. Look at that.
And that is the Mad Hatter, yes?
The Mad Hatter. So you know I'm doing all of these.
Is it complete?
No, of course not. Why would I complete it when I can start something new? Why would I complete the back stitch on this when I can start something new? Look at these.
I remember when you started these.
I'm obsessed. So anyways, Priscilla, the mom, if you get a chance, go watch her house tour, her Christmas house tour. Everything is, it's too much for me, like, because it would overwhelm me, but it's beautiful. It's beautifully done. It's meticulous. Oh my God. I would feel claustrophobic. I wouldn't be able to do it, but I appreciate it so much. So she's probably got like 95 trees in her house. So of course, I need to do this. I don't need 95, but I need to have I have our real tree. And at the end of the season, I am going to be buying some of the long, narrow trees that I love. And I am going to have a Santa Claus tree. Like, I'm copying Priscilla. Priscilla would never watch this because they're not knitters, but just know Priscilla, I'm copying. So I am doing all the Prairie Schooler Santas.
Oh my.
Going to make them into ornaments, and this is going to be a whole tree, all of these.
Are they going to be like pillow ornaments, or like how?
I am going to take a page out of her. She's an amazing finisher.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to copy how she finishes, which is just going to be, and also I'm watching Vanna Pfeiffer. I hope I said that right. She's an amazing finisher, and she has some tutorials. So I'm going to stretch them onto boards, and then I'm going to mount that board onto another board that has fabric stretched over it. I'm not capable of any of this like they are. I might just send them off to be finished to Vanna. I'm not sure. I know how to do it. I'm not sure I'm going to be good at it. That's the point.
You can always try.
I'm going to try. So I went out and bought. So I bought so much stuff. Each one of these has 3 on them.
Oh my God.
Each year, Prairie Schooler. And the killer is, when I owned my shop, I probably had all of these. And I probably just got rid of them.
You know what? If you had kept them, would you have even known where to look for them?
I do have one box of stuff.
And you know where it all is?
I do.
Okay.
And that one. So each one has 3. So this is like 84, 89, and 91. I don't know why they picked to do it that way.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get them all. But if I could even get these 9 done and put on a tree next year, I hope I stick with it. I'm really quite obsessed, so I think I might.
I think you can do it.
I think I can do it. So I copied them completely and bought the Monaco fabric and dyed it.
You dyed it?
I dyed it. They have a tutorial. It's simple. It's boil a bunch of tea bags, and by a bunch I mean like 10 in a big pot, and then throw in some instant coffee granules and stir it, and then put this in and watch their video.
Oh my God.
So I dyed this. It's Monaco. What you do have to be aware of when you dye the fabric is it shrinks it a little. So this went from probably a 14 count fabric to probably a 16, which is not a lot.
So what do you do to make up for that, or do you do nothing?
It just means your piece will be a little smaller, which is what I want.
Good.
Not a lot. But when you cut your fabric, you treat it as if it's for sizing, as if it's a 14 count. I wouldn't treat it for a 16 count, if that makes any sense. And for those of you who don't know a lot about cross stitch, is when it's 16 count, that means it's 16 stitches per inch.
So
and I'm working over 2.
Working over 2. So that's like the gauge, kind of.
Kind of. So this is actually a 28 count fabric, okay, which worked over 2 equals 14, because you divide it in half because you're working over 2. But when it came right down to it with the dyeing, it's probably a 16, between a 16 and an 18 count. So if seeing is an issue, have that in mind. Because it's a smaller count. I'm obsessed. Can you tell?
Yes. Yeah.
I am just like look at that. Look at how it's darker there. And people are like, well, it's wrinkly. Do you iron it? I do not iron. They iron. I stretch so tight that the wrinkles come out when I go to mount it.
Got you.
So I've never ironed fabric. Even as a framer, I didn't iron. I just stretched it and all the wrinkles come out.
Wow.
So, Santa. So I became obsessed with 2 holidays, Christmas and Halloween. Because next Halloween, my house is going to be amazing. Keeping in mind, I also will have, she won't be almost 1. She'll be old enough to be like, whoa, scary witches. Not really.
She'll probably be, well.
Okay, so on that Santa tree, we'll go these Santas that I made a long time ago and never did anything with. These are on paper. They are the Mill Hill Santas. You probably can't get them anymore.
So you didn't make those last year. Those were like a while ago.
I made them a while ago. I bought 1 million of these kits to make them for everyone to put on packages. No, I didn't do it. Like, I don't even know how this one goes. Anyways, is this the same one? Darn it. It may be the same one.
Oh, wow.
I know. So there's 1 more to be made I have 1 million that I could make, but I have 1 more so that I have them all. Like, look, they're all these cute little kits.
Oh,
everything.
How long does one of those take you to make?
This I could do in a day.
I was going to say, if you were like super focused.
Yeah, a day. They're not huge. There's beading in it. Oh my God, they're amazing.
So if you like took a week, you could make 5 of those.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I love them. So these will go on the Santa tree too. So I think I'm going to have a Santa tree. Listen to this. Let's hope next year. I'm going to have a tour of my Christmas house like Priscilla. It's going to be nothing like Priscilla's. The other thing that they do that I love is they do a lot of upcycling. Huh? So they buy really unique things. She doesn't frame everything. She's a big Salvation Army girl, like tin trays that then she paints or frames, and they're so creative, and so they're not spending a fortune to frame all these pieces. And that was what I was trained to do, was you frame them and you preserve them. They don't. They use them. They enjoy them. Oh my gosh. I can't say enough. I can't.
And it also sounds like the process of doing that is such a creative one too.
So creative. So creative. And I think that's what's inspiring for me when it comes to them. Oh, these are all Halloween. So the last thing I did was, I didn't get them all because they didn't have them.
Ooh.
Chalkboard ornaments. I'm going to have a chalkboard tree.
And so what do?
You stitch them.
Oh my God, I thought it was actual like little chalkboards.
No, they're all stitched on black to look like chalkboards. There's like 3 of these. So where am I getting all my stuff? I have a local needle workshop in Weathersfield, hysterical, across the street from where you used to dance, which is, thank God it wasn't there then. They were in Glastonbury then. But it's Thistle Needleworks. As much as I can buy there, I want to buy there to support them. The killer is when I watch Chelsea and Priscilla. I act like they're my best friends the way I talk about them. I write down everything they buy and I go order it or go to the shop. So I went out last week just to get some specialty threads. They didn't have them all, so I will go to 123stitch.com and get the rest of them because they didn't have them. I'd prefer to use them as my place of getting things. But if they don't have things, I will go to 123stitch. And I did just buy, oh my gosh, I will show them next podcast if they come, another year-long project. Oh my gosh.
Frosted?
No, although I have them too that I love. It's terrible.
No, it's not.
It's like, talk about being like Sophie's Choice.
Well, what do you do?
I don't know. It's not good. It's not good. But anyways, I'm going to make these. This is going to be a whole tree because there's a lot of these.
I love this idea purely for the minimalist in me that's like storing ornaments that are paper thin.
Yes, I am going to buy a special box at AC Moore to store all of these because they are kind of delicate. The paper ones to me, and they're a lot of work, and you wouldn't know the way I throw these around, right? And the other ones are just thrown over there.
And so you do the cutting, like the cutting out afterwards? Is that
After? No, I use my good scissors, which you probably shouldn't, but I use my finer scissors, which I'm terrible. So I'm going to have, okay, so let's talk about the trees I'm going to have. I'm going to have a Santa tree. I'm going to have a chalkboard tree, and I'm going to have my fairy tales. You know, the Alice in Wonderland. That's really not a fairy tale, but my storybook tree. So I have to buy 3 trees at the end of the season.
And you're going to do the skinny ones that you have?
And do the long, skinny, narrow ones. I'm so excited about this.
I honestly think you could do it.
I do too. I think I could. Because I think I finally shifted back. Like I was stitching here and there. I'm back into a stitching goes into your rotation. That's a stitching word. Rotation. Rotation. So they talk about like this is going in my rotation.
So instead of like, I'm trying to think of what that would be comparable for knitters.
Okay, so let's talk about it. I can tell you. Comparable to knitters. I don't know how. Well, yeah, like if you on a specific day do a specific thing. Yeah. Like there is such thing as Witchy Wednesday.
Oh my God.
Really, truly. There's Witchy Wednesday and Santa Sunday. So on Sundays, I will work on my Santas. And on Wednesdays, I will work on Halloween.
And that's probably how stitchers get so much done because it's like they designate days for certain holiday projects. Mm-hmm. Because they take so much longer than knitting.
Well, I finally pulled up my speed because I was like, really? That, whatever you call that?
Chameleon?
I could have knit a sock or a hat. But no, I'm getting much faster.
You know what I feel like too? I think if you get all 3 trees, I would almost be tempted to get all 3 and leave them up throughout the year.
And add. That's a good idea. That would be incentive.
Because then you see the progress. Because if you're just like stitching them and putting them away, I feel like for me it would be so easy. Like after you put it away, it's like out of sight, out of mind. And then there's this yarn everywhere that's just tempting you with a good time.
That's the killer because I love them both equally. Okay, so the other holiday I am going to do is Halloween because I love Halloween. Mm-hmm. So, little tiny things. And honestly, that wouldn't do a lot for me until I saw Priscilla and Chelsea working on it.
And are those going to be ornaments or hanging?
I don't know how I'll finish these. It could be a Halloween tree. It could start, the tree season could start at Halloween. Okay. Prairie Schooler.
Wow.
Look at, they're so simple. They're practically 2 colors.
Wow.
And silhouettes. So you just do the outline and then spend hours filling in. I'm obsessed. Look at this.
Oh my gosh. Hey ho for wow. No, it's okay.
I'm obsessed. Can you tell?
Yes.
Like, it's okay. Then this is the one I'm working on.
I love that. I love the skulls at the top.
I do too. Then, okay. They are huge fans. These are so beautiful. Again, until you see them done and put into whatever you're going to put them into, you can't appreciate them.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda Gervais is with Thy Needle and Thread.
Whoa. Wow.
Primitive. I was never a primitive stitcher. That's all I want to do now.
It reminds me so much of Little Bobbins, and I love Little Bobbins aesthetic.
Yes, I agree. Simple, good. Oh my God. Witch's Night Out.
Oh my God.
Perfect. And I used to, when I was a stitcher, I did gigantic pieces.
Yeah.
Everything was so overwhelming. These are all small, manageable pieces. I think this is my favorite. I don't know why. October 31st.
Oh my gosh.
Aren't they perfect?
Yes.
So these, I think I'm going to do them on the coffee and dyed.
What was I'm sorry, I totally interrupted you. What did you say?
I think I'm going to do them on the coffee tea dyed, but I'm not sure. I'm going to go back out to the stitch shop this week and look at linens.
This is a problem. So what is the name of the designer of those?
Brenda Gervais. Aren't they gorgeous?
Yes, I'm going to order myself one.
I love them.
They're stunning.
I'll put together a kit for you.
Really? I want to do, but I don't want to do like the holiday ones. I almost want ones where like gardening ones or cooking ones, like ones that I could leave up all year long and have them.
I will check out With Thy Needle and Thread while I'm at the Thistle. I know they carry this brand. I will put together a kit for you. Hallows Eve, though.
I still love those, and I feel like eventually, if I catch the knitting or the stitching bug, I will want to do seasonal ones. But for right now, if I'm going to stitch something, I want to be able to enjoy it all year long.
You know, it's amazing. I honestly believe I could stitch that in 2 days.
I think you could too, because look, it's a lot of what is it called? Not back stitching.
There's not back stitching, but all those vines.
Yeah, what is that? The line.
It's regular cross stitch.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm obsessed.
See, this is a problem.
I know. It's a real problem for me right now.
Gorgeous. If you guys aren't enabled right now, I'm shocked because you know me, I have a very strong opinion about not wanting to cross stitch. And
I know you want to, don't you?
Yes.
Just go watch Chelsea and Priscilla.
I will.
I love that.
Oh my gosh.
They're so, I can't, there's no words. I literally watched every one and they pull them out on Saturdays. I sit and wait for it to come out. I'm like, I wonder if they put it up yet. It's ridiculous because I think I just love what they work on. I love their finishing. I love their personalities. I love Chelsea. I just love.
Yeah.
And they have dogs.
I love it.
So, needless to say, I'm obsessed.
Well, rightfully so, because now I am like, my gears are turning.
I know. There's something about it. I don't know what it is. I think it's the simplicity of the designs, which I was never drawn to. I always wanted to do the most complicated. And I have bags and bags and bags of unfinished because of that. And it's like, why aren't I doing things that are manageable, that I can enjoy and get right up in my house?
Yeah.
I'm just hoping once Christmas is over, I don't lose the bug of the Christmas. Because next Christmas, I really want to have all of this.
I'm telling you, keep those trees up. Buy them and keep them up.
I like it. Okay, one last thing, and then we have to go because we got a lovely, lovely, lovely package in the mail this week. Hold on. I've got to find the paper of who sent it to us because it's so lovely. Darn it. I had it right here.
No. Uh-oh.
Hold on. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Where could it have gone to? Oh, I got it. Phew. Okay, so we get this box in the mail, and it's love. I had no idea because I don't remember giving, because we don't do giveaways anymore that often. We don't give out our address that often because we just have kind of said we don't really do that because we're not doing any knit-alongs or anything. Right. But anyways, Caitlin Parker sent us the most beautiful package from Woollen Co.
Ooh.
It's so much gorgeous stuff. She wrote a lovely, lovely, lovely note. And I'm just going to read the part about why she started the company because I think it will resonate with a lot of people. I started Woollen Co. about 4 years ago because I was on a mission to eliminate as many chemicals as possible from my everyday life. It soon became, I think it was supposed to say became, a full-fledged business, which I absolutely love no matter how busy I can be. And in order to combine my two worlds of knitting and soap, I formulated a few products geared specifically for fiber fanatics like myself. And here they are. And then she goes to describe them all, but they're gorgeous. Anti-inflammatory muscle balm.
Ooh. Wow. And how does that smell?
They're all amazing.
I was going to say, I'm sure like heaven.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here, smell it.
Like,
Sorry. Okay.
I knew.
Soothe is lanolin infused hand salve.
Ooh.
I want to try this.
Gosh. Okay.
And there's these gorgeous bars. Oatmeal and calendula.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Beautifully wrapped.
Yeah, the packaging is stunning.
Yeah, wool wash, saffron, and honey.
Gosh.
Wool wash, white tea, and ginger. This huge... Thank you, Caitlin. Go check her out. I don't think she's on Etsy. It's Woollen Co.
I'll do a little Google search and make sure whatever I find I'll put down in the
Yeah. It's just, the packaging is beautiful. The products are amazing. They tell you exactly what's in everything. All natural.
Wow.
Basil, clove, vitamin E, beeswax, lanolin, mango butter.
And where is she based out of?
I don't think it has an address on it. And I should have seen... She's on Instagram, Facebook, and Etsy.
Okay, good. Good.
So that's good to know. I'm not sure where she's based out of, and there's no address on here. But it was it was such a surprise. And I love stuff like this. Love, love, love. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to share some with you. And then if we do another knit along, or we'll have to see once the baby comes, we may do a stitch along. Who knows?
Who knows? It could be so fun.
It could be anything. And we will put some aside to include in a prize for that because it's amazing. Although I really want to try this hand stuff.
You definitely should. Why wouldn't you?
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I should be sharing it with the world. But anyway, so thank you, Caitlin. What a lovely surprise. And ooh, I had no clue. When I opened it, I was like, what is this?
It's beautiful. Yeah, Caitlin. Oh my gosh. The reason I asked where she was out of was because I feel like she would flourish in Vermont.
I know. It might say on here.
I can check. I'm sure it says it on her Etsy store too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the best part. Oh my gosh, Caitlin, I'm so sorry. 15% off any purchase from now until February 24th with the code capital L, capital F, capital A for Legacy Fiber Arts 15. Thank you, Caitlin. That is so generous.
That is so generous. Oh my gosh. I will put that on the screen and in the down bar for anybody. Go check that.
Check it out.
I want to place an order. Are you kidding me?
I know. I love stuff like this.
Me too. Because it's usable.
Yes, I agree. Oh my God.
Let me see. Oh my God.
Oh, saffron and honey. Amazing. Thank you, Caitlin.
Thank you, Caitlin. I am definitely going to be going shopping.
Check it out. All right, we got to go. Holy cow.
I know. This was so fun, though. I like longer episodes because it's, like I said, it gives you a chance to kind of catch up with us and for us to catch up with each other and
I've totally lost
your needles.
I'm the worst.
Oh, well, you have one. Where did the other one go? You know.
Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. Have the most amazing holidays. The next time you see us, there's a very good chance there will be a baby.
There might be 3 of us on screen.
That I still, it's not real. Like, but when I said it, it made me like,
I know.
I can't.
So, go ahead.
I just am starting to live for the day when I walk into that hospital room and see you holding a baby. I think Dad and I will be puddles on the ground. I'm pretty sure they'll be like, just like, where'd they go?
I was going to say, I feel like.
Go get the mop.
Oh, and I'm sure once I see you guys after that whole process, I'm just going to be like a sob. So we'll all be in the same boat.
We will. It's just so unbelievable. It takes my breath away.
It doesn't feel real. And she is constantly kicking me in the ribs, and it still doesn't feel real.
I know. When you send those videos, it brings back that feeling of like a baby moving. I have had that happen to me, like almost like ghost things. And it's so weird. It's like, wow, that's what it felt like. Like, it's weird.
I still feel like when she is born, I'm going to have phantom movements because now I'm so used to them that they're a part of my day in, day out. Like I know when I put honey in my tea, she's going to be kicking for at least a half an hour after I drink that tea. And like,
that is so funny. All right, we should go because Dad's probably going to want to say hello. He's probably like, you're still podcasting over there. All right, guys, Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Darn it. I'm sure we're leaving something out. All of them.
Yeah, all of them. Happy holidays.
Yes, and take tons of time for yourself.
Yes.
And knit or stitch.
Knit, stitch, bake. Eat.
I'm about to go make pfeffernuss cookies.
Oh my God. I am living for Tuesday right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of good food coming. Just make sure save some for Christmas.
I was going to say, well, Ben this morning, because we got another package from Aunt Lissa and Uncle Ray, and I sent him a picture of his gifts so that he would remember to ask me for them. And he goes, were those in Mom's box? Like, he is on it. He knows that those cookies are...
You should put all the gifts under your tree. Are you going to see him on Christmas?
I don't know if it'll be Christmas Day or Christmas Eve.
Either one.
Either one. But we gave them to him just in case they wanted to...
Yeah, so fun.
But yeah, he has his eye on the prize with those cookies. He is not going to let that box come and not have cookies.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. All right. Thank you all for taking some time to watch. And, oh, good timing. Justin just got home. We will see you next time, everybody. Happy holidays.
Needles up.
Needles up. Bye.
Bye.